Hello all, my name is Shiva. Welcome to NTR Educational Institutions and Excel Civils Academy. Today we discuss here national income. Under this topic we are going to discuss about national income and how to calculate it and what is the importance to calculate national income of a country. Let us start with what is national income. National income is defined as it is the total money value of goods and services which are produced during a financial year. National income is defined as it is a total money value of or monetary value. It is a total monetary value of or money value of goods and services which are produced during a financial year. In India, what is the financial year of India? The financial year of India will start on 1st April and ends on 31st March. During this period of time, whatever the goods and services which are produced in India and money value of those goods and services is called as national income of our country. Or else simply we can define national income. It is a sum of total income generated by people of a country. It is a sum of total income generated by people of a country is called national income. So let us see how to calculate national income. There are different measures and methods in order to calculate national income, but all these different methods and measures one and the same at some point of time. Let us see what are the different measures to calculate the national income. National income can be calculated by, can be measured by using three types of measures: GDP, GNP and NNP. These are the three important measures. By using these measures, we can compile the national income. So let us see what is GDP, gross domestic product, and the next one is gross national product, and third one is net national product. Let us see what is GDP. Here the D is very important. Gross domestic product. We are talking about domestic product. So GDP is defined as it is the total money value of final goods and services which are produced during a financial year within the territory of India. That's why we are representing here domestic product. Whatever the goods and services which are produced during a financial year within the territory of India is called gross domestic product. It is very important when we are calculating GDP, we are calculating whatever the income is going to generated within the territory of India. Okay, it doesn't matter who are the people are living in India, but it's a matter of what is the income generated by all these people together during a financial year. So that is called what? GDP, gross domestic product. And here one more word is important, that is final goods and services. So GDP is defined as it is a total money value of final goods and services those are produced during a financial year, right? In India usually it is 1st April to 31st March. But so while calculating GDP, we are calculating the total money value of final goods and services. There are two types of goods: final goods and intermediary goods, right? Intermediate goods. So final goods and intermediate goods. So while calculating GDP, we are calculating money value of final goods and services, but we are not taking any intermediary goods. Because why we are calculating? Because intermediary goods are the goods which are going into further production process in order to manufacture final good. The cost of the intermediary good is added in the final good. Let's say for example, one steel, okay, one steel manufacturing industry produced 1 ton of steel. Okay, a car manufacturing industry produced 1 car, and the cost of the car is, let's say for example, 2 lakh rupees. Okay, and as part of calculating gross domestic product, we will take the final cost of the car, not the cost of the 1 ton of steel. Actually, we have to take the total production which is done by all the industries in India in order to calculate GDP. But here, steel is an intermediary product which is going to use in the production process of the car. The cost of the steel is added in the final cost of the car, right? So that's why we are not going to calculate the money value of intermediary goods while calculating GDP. When we are calculating GDP, we will take the money value of final goods and services. So the reason is because to eliminate double accounting. So that is the reason why we are taking final goods and service money value while calculating the GDP. So then, what about GNP? Gross National Product. It doesn't matter who are the people belongs to Indians, where they are living. Okay, it's a matter of what is the income generated by all these people together is called nation product, gross national product. Some of our family friends or else your brothers and sisters, they are working in foreign countries, but they belongs to Indian citizens. Finally, they are by the end of the year where they are going to send their salary finally to India. That means GDP is the sum of domestic product plus whatever India is getting income from the foreign countries is called as gross national product. Let us see first how to calculate GDP. GDP can be calculated by using three types of methods. These are expenditure method, income method, production methods. There are three methods to calculate national income. National income can be calculated by using expenditure, GDP through expenditure method, GDP through income method, GDP through production method. Let us see first of all what are these three, what are the difference between these three methods. What is expenditure method? It is the sum of total expenditure of all the people in India together to purchase final goods and services is called GDP expenditure method. Okay, under expenditure method, we are calculating what is the total expenditure spent by all the people who are living in this country. That is the GDP expenditure method. For example, here GDP equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M. Here C per total consumption expenditure of the public, I for total investment expenditure by the private sector companies, and G for total government expenditure, X for exports, M for imports, net exports we can say. Okay, GDP expenditure method is equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M. It is the total expenditure spent by all the people in India during a financial year. So that is the GDP expenditure method, because whatever the people are getting income, finally they are going to spend in the economy in order to purchase some goods and services. So that what we can say, production is equal to expenditure, because and production is equal to income, income is equal to expenditure. Whatever people are getting income, where they are going to spend that amount in the economy, right? So that's why income is equal to expenditure. And we can say production, where they are going to spend this expenditure, whatever the goods manufactured in that country. So that's why production method. Production is equal to income, income is equal to expenditure. So but there are slight differences between these three methods. That's why we cannot equate. Let us see what are these. Sorry. So that is about GDP expenditure method. What about income method? Calculating income of all the people in a country or in India is called income method. Here, how to calculate income of all the people in India? That's why here GDP income method is calculating by taking four factors of the production. Four factors of the production. What are these four factors? Labor, land, capital, entrepreneur, right? Here, what are the four factors of the production? To manufacture this marker, what are the things I required? In order to manufacture this marker, first of all, I required a land to establish a company. That is land and labor to work in my factory. Labor and capital, that means machinery or investment on my company. Okay, that is capital. And owner, I am the owner, I am the entrepreneur. So I should run this company, right? These are the four factors of the production. Labor will get wages or salaries, land owner will get rent, capital will get interest payments, entrepreneurs will get profits. So all these people are getting income, right? So by calculating, if I know the turnover of a company, I could calculate whatever the total income of the labor who are working in that company. So in this manner, I can calculate income of all the people in our country. But what is the disadvantage of this income method? Here, it is regulated sector, so that we are able to calculate income of the people who are working in the regulated sector. But some people are working in the unregulated sector, like agriculture laborers, CAs, doctors. These people income are not going to add in this method. That's why that is one of the drawback of the calculating national income through income method. Otherwise, by taking four factors of the production, we can calculate the national income through income method. And the last one, production method. Simply, it is our earlier definition. It is the money value of total goods and services produced. It is a money value of total goods and services produced during a financial year. Q is representing total quantity of goods and services produced during a financial year, and P is the at what prices these total goods and services were sold in the economy. That is the prices. So total money value of the total goods and services which are produced during a financial year is the production method, right? But the most appropriate method to calculate national income in India, that is using by government, that is expenditure method and also production method. These two methods are suitable to calculate national income of India because the production source and also the source for the expenditure is very good in India. That's why we can use the expenditure method and production method in order to calculate national income of our country. Okay, so let us see. So GDP is calculating through expenditure method, which is the most preferable, and also GDP calculating through production method, also most preferable methods. These two are the most preferable methods to calculate national income in India. So in these are the difference between the expenditure, income and production method. Let us see the GNP, gross national product. After obtaining GDP, simply GNP is equal to GDP plus net factor income from foreign countries. GNP is equal to GDP plus net factor income from foreign countries. Let us understand. Under GDP, we are calculating who are the people are living in India. Either these people belongs to foreigners or Indians who are living within the territory of India. We are calculating income of all these people or expenditure of all these people together. But some of our family friends, they are the citizens of India. Temporarily they are working, NRIs. NRIs are temporarily working out of our country. But by the end of the year, they are sending their income back to their homeland, right? So that income is added to the domestic product. Whatever the citizens of India, it doesn't matter where they are living and what is the income generating by these people added to the domestic product, that is the nation product, gross national product. That is the difference between the domestic product and national product. GNP is equal to GDP plus whatever India is getting foreign income from generated by NRIs or else foreign investment by the Indian investors over there. So that is added to the domestic product and we will get GNP, gross national product. And the third one, NNP. NNP is equal to simply GNP minus depreciation. GNP minus net. Maybe your gross salary would be 50,000 rupees, By hand you are getting 40,000. Some 10,000 rupees are deducting due to certain reasons, right? So in that same manner, GNP is generated gross national product. Some wear and tear value is subtracted from the national product. We will obtain net national product. It is the exact income. It is the exact definition for the national income. It is the exact monetary value or money value which is generated by total goods and services produced during a financial year. So NNP, that is the net national product, is equal to GNP minus depreciation. But whenever government of India is publishing economic survey or else any other reports, they will consider only domestic product, gross domestic product, because exactly how much volume of goods and services produced within the territory of India is very much important than the what we are getting from the outside, out of our country. So always in our economic survey, government and other institutions will concentrate on the GDP, gross domestic product. That is all about what is national income, how to calculate national income by using three methods: expenditure method, income method, production method, and also what are the different type of measures. GDP is one of the measure to know the national income, GNP is one of the measure, and NNP is the one of the measure. But the exact national income is representing by the NNP, net national product. That is all about the national income. And increasing or decreasing national income of a country indicates that whether our economy is decreasing or growing. So that is the reason why we are calculating the national income. After calculating this national income, national income is divided by total population of a country. Total population of a country. What we will get? Per capita income. Per capita income. So while we are calculating income, national income, in order to know the living standards of the people, or else in order to know what are the income standards of the people who are living in our country. So I cannot ask each and every person how much income he is getting every month or per annum, because which is very difficult to collect this data. That's why simply calculating the money value of total goods and services, we are able to get national income. After getting this national income, it is divided with the total population of our country, and it will give us per capita income, per head how much income they are spending in the economy. So per head how much income they are spending in the economy, if you know this, it is very easy to understand to the government or to understand to the public whether our per capita income or our income standards are increasing or not. So that national income of a country indicates that the economic progress of a country and the people progress of that country who are living in that country. So that is all about the national income. Thank you.